Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
Single best idea. We'll get right to it on August 8th. What an eventful August it has become. Part of that is synthesizing what's going on. And my litmus paper this morning, the key point on my Bloomberg Launchpad, was the 10-year real yield. We are now down at the bottom of the range, 1.85%, and any movement down would be a huge deal. It was a major theme for me today, and that centers around the growth bet. Here's Paul Donovan of UBS.
Well, it does mean, I think, that the bond market is focusing more on the growth concerns. So to the extent that one believes in the far-sighted ability of bond traders, then that's a signal of worries about the future. Personally, I put my faith in the far-sighted ability of economists over traders, but, whatever. So there's an element there as you're seeing that compression of the real yield. It does, at the margin, help with the sustainability of government financing, because if the real yield is coming down, what that is telling you is that tax revenues relative to interest rate costs are sort of shifting. The revenue does a little bit better relative to the interest rate cost. It's a fairly marginal thing, but it does help, particularly with a deficit as large as the United States now has and with the debt level that it has.
Paul Donovan of UBS. An uproar in the last 3, 4, 5 days over President Trump's firing of the BLS commissioner. Joe Weisenthal and Tracy Alloway speaking with William Beach, the former commissioner. He's been a good friend of the show back decades. We spoke with Erica Groshen, who was there before William Beach. She said very good things about Beach. But Erica Groshen here on what the next BLS commissioner should do.
I think the next BLS commissioner should follow in the steps of all of the preceding BLS commissioners. And that really starts with the very first BLS commissioner, Carol Wright. And we're talking about 1884. And I want to read you what he said about the commitment that he thought was that BLS was making to the American people. He said BLS would be devoted to, and I quote, the fearless publication of the facts, without regard to the influence those facts may have upon any party's position or any partisan's views. That was 1884. And that, I think, is what we're looking for. Someone with the technical chops and the commitment that all the previous BLS commissioners have had.
Erica Groshen there, now at Cornell, and of course with all of her work at BLS, and before that, the New York Fed. On podcasts, we're just stunned by the podcast response across the nation, on Apple, on Spotify, and on YouTube podcasts. Thank you. It's single best idea.